A very large aspect to any film in general is its soundtrack. The OST or original soundtrack can impact a film very heavily. It can give the film the correct mood or it could completely ruin the film. Now, independent animation is very special in this case, considering that only a few people at most make the OST for the show, which happens to be sometimes the greatest part of that show. I gathered together all the indie shows I can think of that have a OST that is recognizable, at least to me, and decided to rank them in this video. The ranking style I'll be using is the S, A, B, C, D, E, and F ranking. S being one of the greatest OSTs I've ever heard, and F being it literally made my ears bleed. I'm gonna take 4 things into consideration: how well it goes with the show, how well it goes with just regularly listening to it, how well I liked it personally, and how well the fan songs are. However, this isn't going to impact the ranking too much, considering that the fan songs aren't all good and all bad, and also I shouldn't be ranking these off of how popular they are, since not many unpopular shows with great OSTs have a lot of fan songs, so that seems a bit unfair. I'm going to first talk about Lackadaisy. Now, Lackadaisy is known for its animation style, it's known for its characters, it's known for the webcomic series I haven't read, but it's not exactly known for its OST. Now, if you look hard enough in the pilot, you can hear the music when they're getting chased, but it's not exactly too prominent. It's very subtle, which benefits the how well it goes with the show category. However, I wouldn't regularly listen to the OST of Lackadaisy, considering that there isn't a lot of music, and the music that isn't exactly normal music. It's more ambient noise and a little bit of electric swing and stuff like that. Now, personally, I like the OST. It wasn't that bad, but I didn't exactly hear it until my second watch through, but I could definitely tell it benefited the scene a lot. The Paranoid DJ Liquid Gold fan song of Lackadaisy is pretty good. I thought I'd just say that. But overall, I give Lackadaisy a, I don't know, B or B+. Doesn't really matter which one, but it's not an A considering what I have in the A category already. Alright, now we have Meta Runners, and if you haven't heard that series, I don't blame you, it's not a very popular one. Meta Runners was made by Glitch Productions, and was actually one of, if not their first series, I think it was their first series they ever created. The Meta Runners OST, it's, I guess, something else. The same person who made the Murder Drones OST did create the Meta Runners OST, and I'm not saying the Meta Runners OST is bad, I'm just saying it wasn't exactly anything I haven't seen already. I mean, the very mood of the show seems very streaming service-like. I mean, I'm not saying that as an insult, I'm saying it's very structured like a show you would see on a streaming service that would come out every Wednesday or something. The only recognizable part of the Meta Runners OST is the intro, and I mostly just skip past that part because, well, it's the intro. Now, the OST, there's nothing unique, there's nothing out of the ordinary of it, and that's why I'm giving it a B-, considering that it's not bad enough for a C, considering there's a little touch of indie animation in it, but it's not good enough for a B, so that's why I'm just going to give it a B- and move on. The next show I'm going to talk about is Murder Drones, one of my personal favorite shows, and I'm going to try to keep my bias out of this one, but after I tell you the rating, that's going to seem hard to believe. I don't even know where to begin with Murder Drones, considering that most of, if not all of the OST is just great. I can just name a few songs off the top of my head. The Night Dance, Falling For You, The Eternal Dream. Literally, all 3 of these songs are great in how well it goes with the show, and how well it is with the regular listening, and how well I personally like them. Literally just watch Murder Drones once and listen to the OST and you'll understand what I'm saying. And if you don't, I don't know what to tell you, man. You're just weird. I feel like Glitch just asked, I'm gonna butcher this name, so I'm not gonna say it. I feel like they just asked the OST creator, it's just like a goofy horror comedy drones show. It's just don't make it too good. And then I was like, alright, bet. And then took to the best OST I've ever heard in my entire life. This is obviously, if you couldn't tell already, a huge step up from Meta Runners. Now, I am comparing a little bit of the Meta Runners and Murder Drones OST, considering that they are made by the same person. You can really hear the passion that was put into the OST as the show goes on. It fits perfectly into the show, it sets the mood very well, and I personally loved it. Now, sadly, there aren't that many fan songs for Murder Drones, which, I mean, that has to change. Come on, Black Griffin, we need Murder Drones songs. But I have used remixes or lo-fi remixes of the songs already in Murder Drones, which are great for background music. If you couldn't tell already, the ranking I'm going to give Murder Drones is S tier. It deserves nothing more and nothing less, because there is nothing more, and it doesn't deserve anything less. Now, the next show I'm going to talk about is The Amazing Digital Circus. Now, this OST was created by Gooseworks and Evan Alderett. Now, the pilot of The Amazing Digital Circus really had wonky music with a few intense moments here and there, and the part where Pomni goes into the void is very dramatic with all the trumpets and stuff like that, which is great. I loved it. It went really well with the show. I wouldn't listen to it casually, but that kind of makes sense. Clearly, other people liked it because after scrolling through YouTube a few times when the pilot just came out, Your New Home was permanently burned into my head. Like, out of the 2 episodes that are currently out right now as of making this video, only 3 songs really stuck with me. Those songs being Going Nowhere, Your New Home, and Out of Bounds. Now, Going Nowhere really highlighted the mood of that scene where Pomni is continually going through more exit doors, sees some random computer, which is probably her working desk or something, but I don't know, this isn't a theory video, and then goes to the void. This honestly highlights the mood and tone and everything of the scene very well, and I loved it. Now, Your New Home, not only it being a great meme while it lasted, but also it highlighted the scene where Pomni is realizing that this is her new home very well. I love the scene, it was a great scene, and it deserved to be a great meme. Now, the next is Out of Bounds, which is even greater. The existential dread that is placed into the song to make you really feel what Gummigoo is feeling in the scene is great. The song cuts back and forth between 2 different styles, with trumpets playing in the background a little bit, and it honestly gave me goosebumps the first time I saw it. You get The Amazing Digital Circus and A. The songs go really well with the show, but I wouldn't regularly listen to it, even though I personally loved it. You're wondering why I ranked the Murder Drones OST higher than The Amazing Digital Circus, even though in this previous video that I made, I said the opposite. I don't know what to tell you, man. I changed my mind. Moving on to the next show I'm going to talk about is Hazbin Hotel. Despite it not actually being independent, I'm still going to talk about it because it has independent roots, I guess. If you didn't know, Hazbin Hotel is a musical, which means that the songs are great. I mean, half my playlist is half of those songs. Hazbin Hotel, with being a musical and all, should naturally get full points into how well it goes with the show, considering that it is literally a musical. However, that's not what I have to say about it. I would give it an S tier, however, there are some songs in the show that seem very sudden and not exactly very smooth. The other songs seem very expectable, that some of them seem very out of the ordinary and very sudden. Don't get me wrong, I still love the songs such as Loser Baby, Stayed Gone, Hell's Greatest Dad. They're in my playlist, but personally, Respectless seemed very sudden and not really needed. Personally, why I'm going to give it an A+. It's not about the quality of the songs are great, it's about how you put the songs in the show. Though they did that mostly well, there are a few moments where it's not that good. Alright, next up is its sister show, Helluva Boss, and honestly, it's basically the same thing. Helluva Boss has a slight edge over all the other shows in this video, considering that it is a season and a half long, which is the longest show in this entire video I am mentioning. Now, I'm pretty sure Helluva Boss would end up just being the same ranking as Hazbin Hotel, being an A+, however, it gets a slightly better score being an S, considering that it is purely independent. Because it is an independent animated TV show, it has a lot more passion and care put into it. There is no corporate meddling, and there's nothing to pressure the animators or writers or anything like that. Because Hazbin Hotel probably had to meet certain quotas and criterias, it probably didn't lead up to its full potential. As Helluva Boss is able to write its songs more freely, with it also being a musical, it takes the slight edge on this and is getting S tier. An honorable mention, one of my friends sent me a video and then told me to watch it, so then I watched it. It's called Basics and Behaviors. I'll link a card at the top right of your screen so you can watch it too. It's pretty good. I'm not going to rank it in fear that the community around it will completely destroy me, but it's pretty good. Good animation and a pretty cool song. And that's it for the video. And now, if I left out any of your favorite pilots or other animated shows, it's because I was too lazy to include them, so if you want a part 2, leave a like and leave a comment. Subscribe so I can reach 1,000 subscribers and release a 1,000 subscriber special that I definitely made. I'm not procrastinating, and will probably come out very late. Anyway, stay tuned, and I'll see you next time.